Hi guys, Miss Navarro here with our poetry journal this week. This poem is about a caterpillar who turns into a butterfly. We are learning about insects this week, and so I thought this would give us a really good tie into the topic for the week. So I'm going to read it a few times, and I want you guys to read along with me. Then, if you would like, you may pause the video, and I would like you to write down the poem. I know it's a long one. If you need assistance from a friend, from your caregiver or your parent, that's totally fine. But this poem has a lot of really good sight words and rhyming words, so I figured we'd get started. Over in the garden, under a tree, I saw some fuzzy caterpillars. 1, 2, 3. Over in the garden, under the moon, each caterpillar spun herself a cocoon. Over in the garden, right before my eyes, the 3 caterpillars turned into butterflies. Nice! Now you guys can pause the video to write down the poem if you would like. Like I said, I understand that it's a long one, but it has a lot of really good information in here, so that's why I chose it. So I will let you take a good look at it, and you can pause and write it down. So I'm going to read it one more time, and I would like you guys to read along with me, and then we are going to circle our rhyming words. Over in the garden, under a tree, I saw some fuzzy caterpillars. 1, 2, 3. Over in the garden, under the moon, each caterpillar spun herself a cocoon. Over in the garden, right before my eyes, the 3 caterpillars turned into butterflies. So now I would like us to take a look at the very first section of our poem. So to kind of separate them, I'll draw a line. This is the first section of our poem. This is the second section of our poem, and this is the third section. So we're going to take a look at the first section. Over in the garden, under a tree, I saw some fuzzy caterpillars. 1, 2, 3. What in the first section of our poem rhymes? Very good. Tree and 3. Tree without the tr is E. 3 without the thr is E. Very good. We know that these 2 words both end in what? The 2-letter E, which makes the E sound. 3, tree, and 3. Now let's take a look at the second section of our poem. Over in the garden, under the moon, each caterpillar spun herself a cocoon. What rhymes in that sentence? Sorry, in that section. Correct. Moon and cocoon. Moon, take away m, add k is cocoon. Very good. Cocoon without the k is coon. Moon without the m is oon. Very good. These have oon and oon in them. So we know that moon rhymes with cocoon. Now let's take a look at the second section of our poem. Over in the garden, right before my eyes, the 3 caterpillars turned into butterflies. What rhymes in that section? Nice. Eyes and flies in the word butterflies. So we know that in our poem, tree rhymes with 3, moon rhymes with cocoon, eyes rhymes with flies in the word butterflies. So for your word family, you may pick one of the rhyming endings to choose for the top of your word family. So I'm going to do eyes and flies because I feel like that one is something that we can all maybe work on a little better. So this section says, over in the garden, right before my eyes, the 3 caterpillars turned into butterflies. So I will make my word family house right up here. Make it a little bigger. And I know the top of my house is going to have the ending of eyes. Eyes, very good. And we know this is eyes and flies. So I want you to think of 3 words that rhyme with eyes and flies. Now, if you notice, eyes and flies are actually not spelt the same way. Eyes is spelled E-Y-E-S, eyes, and flies is spelled F-L-I-E-S. So this tells us that words that might rhyme with eyes and flies won't exactly be spelt the same way, but they sound the same way. So give me a word that rhymes with flies. Eyes. What about buys? Dies. Size. There are a lot of words that rhyme with eyes and flies. So I'm going to write the word size. Flies. Take away fl, add s, is size. Very good. So I'm going to write the word size, and size is actually spelled S I Z Z Z E. So they're not spelt the same way, but they do indeed rhyme. If you want to spell size with the L-I-E-S ending, you may do that. What is another word that rhymes with flies and eyes and size? Buys. Very good. B Y E S. Buys. Eyes, flies, size, buys. What is another word that rhymes with eyes and flies? And size and buys. What about dies? Very good. D I E S. Dies. So we have 3 words that rhyme with eyes and flies. We have eyes, flies, size, buys, dies. So Miss Navarro chose the rhyme in the 3rd section. You can choose the rhyme in the 2nd section, which is moon and cocoon, if that's easier for you. Or you can choose the rhyme in the 1st section, which is tree and 3. Nice. Now we are going to go into this poem and underline our sight words. So let's look at the 1st section. Over in the garden. What are the sight words in that sentence? Very good. Over, in, and the are all sight words. Under a tree, I saw some fuzzy caterpillars. 1, 2, 3. Let's look at the second section. Over in the garden. We know we're going to underline over, in, and the because they were underlined in the 1st section. Under the moon. What's a sight word in the 2nd sentence? Under the moon. The. Very good. Each caterpillar spun herself a cocoon. A. Very good. Over in the garden. Over, in, and the. Right before my eyes, my. The 3 caterpillars, the, turned into butterflies. Very good. So in all 3 of the sections, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 sight words. Oh my goodness, that's a lot. But I'm actually going to circle back up to the 1st section because I think I see a sight word that Miss Navarro forgot to underline. Over in the garden, under a tree, I saw, very good. I saw some fuzzy caterpillars. 1, 2, 3. So Miss Navarro forgot to underline saw, like you see, you saw something. So that is going to be our last sight words. Now I would like you to pick 3 sight words to write 3 times. I'm going to pick the sight word over, 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 and over, 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 over. I'm going to pick the sight word the, and I will write it 2 more times. And then I'm going to pick the sight word saw, saw. And I'm going to write that 2 more times. Now, this poetry journal might take you longer than usual because it's pretty long, but it has a lot of good information, a lot of good sight words, and some really important rhyming words. Now, after you finish everything, you can see Miss Navarro drew 3 caterpillars and a butterfly. I would like you to draw 3 caterpillars or 3 butterflies. After you're finished, please take a picture and upload it to the Facebook page. And just so you guys can have one good look at it, if you would like to pause it here so you can copy this down. It says, over in the garden, under a tree, I saw some fuzzy caterpillars, 1, 2, 3. Over in the garden, under the moon, each caterpillar spun herself a cocoon. Over in the garden, right before my eyes, the 3 caterpillars turned into butterflies. Okay, guys, I can't wait to see all of your work.